What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video. It's time for another ranking video. We are going to be ranking the Mario Kart 7 tracks. This is another Mario Kart ranking I've wanted to get into for quite some time. I gotta say, Mario Kart 7 has a banger lineup of courses, so I'm very excited to talk about this. I was almost about to do Mario Kart 64 as my next one, maybe it's because I can do a classic Mario Kart game first, but I can always save that for later. And also, I gotta do Super Mario Kart, which I know not many people are gonna watch that, so I just know it. But that's a discussion for another day. Let's just rank the Mario Kart 7 courses. So let's go and get started. Same as usual, just based on my opinion, and of course we're including the retro courses, because why wouldn't I? These are bangers. Some of these are bangers. So gotta say, the lineup might be strong. Anyway, let's get started. First off we have is Toad Circuit. A track that... it's a beginner course. I mean, I don't know what else to say compared to when it came back in Mario Kart 8 and it looked really bad. It's just a beginner track that you see. I guess you hang glide, which is nice, and the bridge. C tier. Moving on. Alright, next up we have is Airship Fortress. I don't have much else to say about this course that I haven't said already in Mario Kart DS. I mean, it's pretty much the same. I mean, you got the, you know, the bullet bills, then you got going to the airship where there's rocky wrenches. The fire guy would count for, and then the whole turning at the bottom. Honestly, it's a banger course. Can't really say much about this one. S tier. Next up we have is Bowser's Castle, the new one from Mario Kart 7. I swear, I never hear anyone talk about this Bowser Castle specifically, honestly. Like, I hear people talk about the music from Double Dash. I hear people nostalgic for DS one's Bowser's Castle. I hear people talk about, like, Wii's and how so many people, myself included, want that back. But this one... like, I've never heard anyone talk about it. The music is alright. I guess it's a nice one, but there's really not much going on. Thwomps, I guess. Spinning, yeah. This is a pretty average Bowser's Castle course, to be honest. And I can see why I don't see much talked about, to be honest. Alright, next up we have is Cheep Cheep Lagoon. This is another beach course that showcases the point of the whole underwater section. While I kind of like it, there's just better courses out there. I don't know. I can't really give much an opinion on this one. I find it, oh yeah, this track exists. I don't know. I kind of just forget this one's in the game sometimes. B tier. Alright, next up we have is Daisy Cruiser. Don't have much else to say about this one that I haven't said already in Mario Kart Double Dash's ranking. It's basically the same course, like, you know, that game. You can go, there is an underwater section, which is nice, which is cool, but I kind of prefer turning around and to have a little more tension to it. So, not an S tier personally, but it's still an A tier. Still one of my favorite courses from Mario Kart Double Dash, no doubt. Top 5 easily. And we have another Daisy course, being Daisy Hills. I've never, this is like the least talked about of all the 3 Daisy courses, and I gotta be honest, I kinda like it. I don't know. I never really hear anyone talk about this one, but I gotta say, it's really nice. I love the background. I love the big jump near the end. I also love the turning. It is nothing too crazy compared to our courses, but I don't know. I really like this one. I gotta say, Daisy has some pretty cool courses. I actually kind of like it, so A tier. Alright, next up we have is Dino Dino Jungle, which is, of course, a track that came back in Mario Kart Double Dash. Don't really have much else to say about this one. It's a pretty solid Double Dash course. Pretty much the same one that we're used to. There is a hang gliding section near the end, which is pretty nice instead of just taking that long shortcut. B tier, solid track. Next up we have is DK Pass, another DK course that came back. I don't know, it should have been DK Summit coming back, but hey, I still like DK Pass. Not much to say about this one compared to what I said in Mario Kart DS. It's just, you're just climbing up the snowy mountain where you gotta watch out for snowballs and stuff. So yeah, A tier. Really like this one, honestly. Next up we have is GBA Bowser Castle, the first one at least. Not much to really say about this one. It's still mostly on the flat side. I mean, I guess you can trick off, which is cool, but that's kind of like the only thing going for this course, to be honest. Not much to say about this one. C tier. Next up we have is Calamari Desert, a track from Mario Kart 64. I'm gonna just throw my hot take. I think this track is really overrated. I don't know, like... I kind of understand why people like it, but I don't know. In Mario, you have a train to look out for, of course, and you basically gotta watch out for the train. You have to stop in the middle of the road to make sure the train goes by. And yeah, and it has a nice western background, which is nice, but other than that, I think it's just okay at best. I don't know, I never understood the hype for this course, to be honest. which is why I think it was better handled in Mario Kart 8. And also, like, the chances of getting hit by the train, you can just pass it with mushrooms, kind of just defeats the whole purpose, in my opinion. So, lower B tier. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just really not too obsessed with this course like most are. I think Mario Kart 8 does it better, in my opinion, because you can drive on the tracks, which is really cool. But in terms of this version, and maybe the later version we'll talk about, I don't know. I never understood the hype for this one, to be honest. So, I guess there's your spoiler for the Mario Kart 64 ranking. I'm gonna get hate in the comments, I know it. Anyway, moving on. I always get hate in the comments. Shy Guy Bazaar. God, I love this course so much. This is such a beautiful course that should come back in another Mario Kart game, honestly. It's just a night background with Shy Guys everywhere making that sound. And you also have a hang glide section at the end. I can't blame anyone for liking this one. It's really good. Alright, next up we have is Koopa Cave. Koopa Cave is a banger course in Mario Kart Wii, but I say in Mario Kart 7, I think it's just fine at best. It's still a banger course in Mario Kart Wii, no matter what, but I feel like most of the changes in 7, kind of a downgrade from Wii, honestly. Like, no electric or whatever, at least I think it was, and also just, I don't know, that's probably the only dumb nitpick I got. And the half pipes, I guess, but that was probably for limitations and stuff. It's still a great course at the end of the day, so A tier. Next up we have is Koopa Beach. I really love the music in this one, and also you have a shortcut you can take, and yeah, that's all I can really say about this one. It's a solid beach course for Mario Kart 64 standards. It's not really too bad, honestly, so B tier. Next up we have is Luigi's Mansion, at least, yeah, the one from DS. I love this one. There's not much too much difference compared to Mario Kart DS's version, except the ghosts probably just try to scare you from the paintings. That's really the only nitpick, I guess. Not nitpick, the only detail, I guess. Otherwise, it's still the same course, which is a banger, so S tier. Next up we have is Luigi Raceway from Mario Kart 64. I gotta say, in the beginner courses, I think this one does it really well, honestly, compared to Luigi's Circuit or whatever from Mario Kart Wii. I think this is one of the better beginner courses, honestly. Not much to say about this one. You can get an item, and there's also turns everywhere. Honestly, this is a beginner course handled well, in my opinion. It's not like amazing or anything, but it's better than most beginner courses, honestly. B tier. Maple Tree Way! I don't think I need to say much about this point. This is a fan favorite course for many reasons. The fall theme, the Wiggler, and also just, you know, the music itself. It's a banger course. Deserves the S tier, of course. Did I say of course twice? Next up we have is Mario Circuit. This version of Mario Circuit. This one is pretty solid. It's not my favorite. There's nothing too much going on. You have flower petals everywhere. You get to go Peach's castle inside. About time. And there's also a pipe section near the end, so it's a solid Mario Circuit course, B tier. Next up we have is DK Jungle. I swear I've seen this track either ranked middle of the road type of course, and I can't blame them if you're not into the Donkey Kong series. I totally understand why you're probably not too big on this one and you're out of the loop and stuff. But man, for the Donkey Kong bias like myself, this track is amazing. It's based on Donkey Kong Country Returns, of course, which is a game I grew up playing and sucking. You get to see a view of DK's treehouse. You have the enemies to look out for, the frogs, the falling pillars, and you get to, of course, go to the Golden Temple. I don't care. This gets at the top. I might actually... I was almost about to delete a row. This gets to the top tier placement. I don't care what y'all say. Next up we have is Rosalina's Ice World. This is Rosalina's only course, and I see this one ranked as an average course, honestly. And I gotta be honest, after playing it again, I actually really like it. I'm not even biased for I am biased for Rosalina, so maybe that's why. But also, I think the track is kind of fun. I mean, the music, I guess for Mario Kart 7, it's fine for the most part. And then you have the nice ice background, and then you get to see Rose Observatory. Honestly, I really cannot hate this course. I know this might be a hot take, but I think it deserves an S tier. Honestly, I don't know. It's not as good as, like, DK Jungle, which is my personal favorite, but man, it's really good. I don't care, man. I think Rosalina does deserve a better course, though. I'll say that now. Next up we have is Waluigi Pinball. Don't have much else to say about this one compared to DS. It's pretty much the same course. I guess the only nitpick is the Waluigi statue is a bit weird, but otherwise, it's still the same course at the end of the day, so, yeah. Oh yeah, why wasn't Waluigi in this game? Don't understand that logic, but whatever. Alright. Next up is Mario Circuit 2, I believe, from SNES. It does get a nice glow up, I guess, compared to the original. Otherwise, it's just a SNES course. Nothing too crazy with this one. C tier. Not really big on any of them other than just Bowser's Castle and Koopa Beach and maybe Koopa Beach and Ghost Valley. Mushroom Gorge! Another fan favorite recourse. They sure love bringing this one back. For a reason. I mean, you're bouncing off the mushrooms, and you also have a blue mushroom near that cave part, and get to, you know, hang glide stuff. I gotta say, it's pretty much the same course from Wii, just some nice touch-ups. It's an easy S tier for sure. Next up we have is Music Park. Man, I love this course so much. It's easily one of Mario Kart 7's greatest. The music's really good. I love the bouncing notes near the end. And also just, yeah, it's freaking Music Park. What more do I need to say? S tier. I know it's crazy I put this in A in my Mario Kart 8 ranking, but I guess because I was putting too much in the high placement, so yeah. Neo Bowser City! This is a track I'm not really a fan of, to be honest. Like, it's so much turning involved in this one. The music is nice, though, and I love the background, but it's held down just because of the turning and stuff. Otherwise, I guess I don't hate this course, but it's just not something I play often, so B. Next up we have, oh man, we're almost there. Piranha Plant Slide. This is another course I really like in Mario, in this game. You have Piranha Plants, you have the nice music, and go side the pipe. Honestly, there's not much I can say with this one. Also, Mario Kart is also good, so A tier for sure. Next up we have is, we're getting straight to the Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 7. Oh man, I love this Rainbow Road so much. This or Double Dashes will be my favorite Rainbow Road. Like, the music is amazing. You travel almost through the whole outer space. It's a long one. Honestly, this deserves the SS ranking, honestly. It's that good, honestly. Next up we have is Rock Mountain. I see this track pretty much middle of the road from what I've heard, but I think I really like it in Mario Kart 7. Not a big fan of how it was handled in Mario Kart 8, to be honest, but I guess because the hang gliding is only slightly better in 7 than Mario Kart 8, which is why I think this course is better in this game, in my opinion. I really love Rock Mountain, honestly. It's not an S tier, but I still think it's a pretty solid course. You just hang gliding. It's just really fun. How can you hate this? Anyway, next up we have is SNES Rainbow Road. Saying this right now, this Rainbow Road's not fun. I don't know. I never understood the hype for this one. It just gets brought back so many times. To the point I'm just sick of playing it, honestly. So, C tier. Not really big on SNES Rainbow Road in any version, to be honest. Next up we have is Wario Shipyard, another Wario course that I feel like doesn't get much talked about. I think the music is kind of nice, and I like the concept of it, honestly. Sure, it's nothing special like Mount Wario, I guess, not amazing, but I don't know, man. Something special about this one. Did I say not special? You get what I'm saying. I think in A tier. And A tier between those courses? Nah, fuck that. Wario's the GOAT. Oh boy. Alright, next up is... You just got Coconut Mauled again! It's Coconut Mall. Not much I can say. It's pretty much the same course of Mario Kart Wii. They have the arrows on the stairs, which I guess is the only thing. That doesn't really bother me personally. It's Coconut Mall, so S tier. Gotta love I put a Donkey Kong course, a Rosalina course, a Waluigi course, and a Wario course in S tier. As you can tell, they're my top 4 characters. Alright, next up is, alright, Woohoo Island. Woohoo Loop, I guess. It's the same. It's basically that. There's some people that want this course back, but also some that just don't care. Personally, I'm not really big on this course. It's a nice concept, I won't disagree, but I just find it rather... It's just a slog to get through, honestly, compared to other longer courses, honestly. There's hardly anything going on besides watching out for obstacles. I mean, the concept's great, but I think like it could be handled better. And last but not least is Maka Woohoo. This is slightly better than Woohoo Loop, but I still think it's the same tier because it's a long course. I feel like it could be handled better. But I wouldn't blame y'all for liking these, so yeah. Alright, and that's all the Mario Kart 7 courses ranked. Had a lot of fun doing this one, so yeah, this was really fun. My favorite is DK Jungle. No bias, I swear. And the worst one goes to Toad Circuit. I'm sorry, I am not big on beginner courses. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think of, what's your favorite course in Mario Kart 7? Let me know in the comments below. Later, folks.